A couple of posts ago, I showed some videos of how I introduced Quest to my other Dalmatian Farley, as well as my mixed breed dog, California. If you have an adult dog at home, this post is for you. Now, I would invite you to read the other post in terms of figuring out how to introduce the puppy to your adults. This post is going to talk about what's going to happen after that. Now, Quest is a rambunctious little puppy, like most of them are, and he's pretty well behaved, and we've done a lot of work with him. However, he hasn't exactly endeared himself to my adult dogs for about, well, he didn't for about the first month. Now, one of the things that I want to do is make sure, I would invite you to do, make sure your adult dogs have the ability to move away from the puppy. If the adult dogs can't get away from the puppy, their next recourse is to turn around and snap or growl or bark at your puppy. And that's something that can be, it's a lesson that they can learn in a good way, but if your dogs take it too far, it can turn into a really bad experience really quickly, and during the critical socialization period, that can be very damaging to your dog. So make sure that your adults have the ability to get away. If you don't let them on the furniture, put a partition up at a doorway that your adult dogs can get over, the puppy can't, or monitor them very closely. Now, once your dogs actually, let's say that your dogs have the ability to get away, but are just not really warming up to the puppy. So there are a couple things you can do using positive reinforcement to help the adults have a better association with the puppy. Now, one of the things I do is anytime I come back home with Quest, we come through the door from the garage, my adults are there waiting and they sniff Quest. They're very interested to smell what he has been experiencing. So what I do, whenever they show interest in him and sniff him, I make sure that I pet them. I scratch them behind their ears. If I have a high value treat, I give them a treat at the same time. This way, every time that they interact with the puppy, something good happens to them. Now this is a single use experience is not gonna do much. But if you do it every single time, you're lying on the couch and it's one of those few times that you let your puppy out of the playpen, it's late in the evening, and he goes over and lays down to your next to your adult dog and it doesn't do anything. If you have a treat, go over, give your adult dog a treat. Pet your adult dog. I actually went and got bully sticks, and one of the things I do is I have some little ones and I have some bigger ones. What I do is at times I'll invite the adult dogs one at a time into the puppy's playpen, and when they come in, I give them the big bully stick and I give Quest the little bully stick. Make sure you are there. Do not leave them unsupervised, because that could turn into a bad situation if the adult tries to take the puppy's bully stick, or the puppy gets near the adult when he has the stick, especially if your dog has some resource guarding issues. But what I do is I just sit in there, I kind of observe them, I enjoy watching them. But if you just want to return some emails on your phone or play a quick game, just kind of look up every once in a while, make sure that dogs have a little bit of space between them. But if possible, it'd be nice to have the puppy looking at the adult and the adult looking at the puppy. So these are special, this would be like a special treat that the adult only gets when it's in the puppy's pen or near the puppy. So once again, we're using positive reinforcement to associate, or we're associating positive reinforcement with the puppy, or a positive experience to the adult dog. So after doing this, I started noticing that while they weren't playing, they were showing some interest in one another. Quest is very interested in them, but I'll post a video below of Farley kind of starting to get curious about Quest, not when we came home from something and Quest smelled like something, just because Quest approached and kind of took a nice a comment or a welcoming posture, and just a kind of I would say a playful, more of a gentle posture, and you can watch the video below. So if you have an adult dog and it's showing aggression towards your puppy, that's different. But if your adult dogs are kind of aloof and indifferent to your puppy, providing them with a little affection every time that they come near or show interest in the puppy can go a long ways towards helping them build up a positive association. The other thing you can do, one last thing before I end this, my one last things go forever, but is if you have the puppy on your lap, invite the adult to come over and kind of scratch your adult under its chin or wherever their favorite spot is. Try to get them close to your puppy, provided they're not staring, they're not tense, there's nothing bad going on. But if the adult approaches you and they're looking at the puppy while you're petting them, while you're petting the puppy, again, another positive association. So take your time and don't force it. If your adult doesn't want to play with the puppy, do not force it, because then you'll build up resentment. Let them do it organically on their own. Eventually they will become buddies. But just like us, if you are a senior in high school, you don't really want to hang out with the freshmen at first because they're not very cool. It's kind of a similar principle here. So give your adult the ability to walk away, Monitor things and try to reinforce and give the adult positive experiences when it's associating with the puppy.